And lawmakers this week filed a bill that would push back the deadline for the State Board of Education to adopt a set of academic standards and select a statewide test. Ellie Moxley explains how support for the controversial Common Core standards has changed since the State Board originally adopted them in 2010.
Andrea Neal has taught history classes at St. Richard's Episcopal School for 11 years.
Yeah, right now.
And even on her busiest day,
Let's come to order, please.
she counts herself lucky.
Okay, it preserves the culture.
As a private school teacher, she's not required to follow the state's guidelines about what to teach, the nationally crafted Common Core academic standards.
What do we learn from that story? Yes, go ahead, Jay.
That gives her a lot of freedom.
At my school, I get to teach what I know best and what I'm passionate about. And so when I teach U.S. history, I spend 2 weeks on the Civil War. I spend a week on the relationship between Frederick Douglass and Abraham Lincoln. And I think my students will remember those things, but if I were teaching under the Common Core, I wouldn't have time for those things.
But while her classroom is insulated from the Common Core debate, Andrea Neal is not.
I'd like to begin by getting rid of that term college and career ready. I feel like if I hear it one more time, I may just scream. It is meaningless, bureaucratic jargon. It means nothing.
Neal also sits on the State Board of Education, and from her seat, she's criticized the Common Core. The state has been setting expectations for what students should know and learn at each grade level for more than a decade, and, in Neal's opinion, pushing out other subjects.
If it's not in the standards, it won't be in the curriculum, and it won't get taught. And so that covers a world of wonderful material, music programs, fine arts programs, drama.
Everybody's bosom friend.
And government will be directed by the people.
Neal isn't the only one with concerns. Last session, Common Core opponents convinced state lawmakers to pause rollout of the standards until they could be further reviewed. Right now, teams of Indiana educators and subject matter experts are reviewing the Common Core. They'll report their findings back to the state board, and the revised standards they propose will be up for public comment in late February or early March. Proponents of Common Core say the review process will affirm what they've been saying all along, that the standards are rigorous and right for Indiana.
There have been, a couple dozen states that adopted Common Core as their standards, who in the last couple of years have revisited that decision. Every single one of them has decided to stick with Common Core. So if we withdraw, we will be the first and potentially only state in the entire country to not adopt Common Core.
But that's exactly what the senator who proposed anti-Common Core bills in each of the last two sessions wants to see happen.
We're currently talking about that now. I know there's going to be a bill, maybe two, that's going to be introduced that deals with Common Core.
Schneider and other Republicans who sat on the legislative panel that reviewed the standards last year want to adopt a resolution requiring the state board write Indiana-specific standards.
Essentially said, Indiana is going to write its own standards. We're going to have some independence from the federal government and federal involvement in education. And these are going to be Indiana initiatives with input from teachers, parents, and subject matter experts from Indiana, institutions of higher learning in Indiana.
Schneider says finding the votes this session won't be a problem, and that has Common Core proponents nervous. They say standards adoption has always been the territory of the state board.
Well, the legislature has never approved any standards that the state has adopted. It has always been left to the education professionals who are closest to these issues and who understand them, rather than putting it into the highly politicized environment of a legislature to determine the sets of issues that our kids are supposed to learn.
Ruddleman points out that the state board has voted to reaffirm its support for Common Core 3 times since adopting the standards in 2010. But that's before the makeup of the education panel changed this summer with Governor Mike Pence's new appointments. And for her part, Neal is convinced Indiana will end up with its own standards.
It's not possible that the very best standards will be determined to be the Common Core because they lack rigor, they lack content, they're more about behavior than they are about knowledge.
And at least one of those Common Core bills has already been filed. Noblesville Republican Senator Luke Kenley has proposed pushing back the deadline for the state standards review. If passed, it would give the State Board of Education an extra year until July 1st, 2015 to adopt a set of academic standards and select a statewide test. The bill also includes provisions designed to safeguard the privacy of student data, a major concern of Common Core opponents.